Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today we have the Walther PDP Compact on the table. Let's check it out. So we have the Walther PDP on the table here. Let's go ahead and open it up. So obviously it comes in this nice little hard case. Let's open that up and see what we get inside. Comes with a Walther gun lock, as you'd expect. Comes with some tools. We'll go over that in a second. Obviously I've already had this out of the box, that's why the chamber flag's not in there. And it comes with some of these back straps if you want to switch them out. We'll go over that in a second. And it comes with two 15-round magazines. These are metal, not polymer, which I really like. And it comes with the pistol itself with the other magazine. As I said, we are clear and good to go. So let me put this aside and we'll go over this. All right, so let's take a close look at this PDP. This is actually an upgrade from the PPQ. I haven't actually had my hands on the PPQ, so I can't really compare it, but I'll go over what my thoughts are on this gun. So let's start at the bottom. Obviously, we have engraved here PDP, as you can see. Let's take this mag out. And then you come up to the grip, and it's got this really nice texturing. This is, I do believe, from what I've read, is a nice upgrade from the PPQ. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing right out of the box, right straight off, is the grip on this feels absolutely incredible to me. It fits me nicer than I think any pistol I have ever reviewed, owned, or whatever. It feels phenomenal. I really like the grip on this, and the texturing is done just right. Now, it came with this particular back strap on here. I haven't changed this out to, because we do have some other ones here. There's a slightly smaller one, and then we have I think it's a larger one by the looks of it. I didn't even bother changing it out because it fit me so well. But you can probably see here, there's a pin you can pop out to slide this back strap off here and change it out. Again, right out of the box, it feels incredible to me, so I really do like that. Very nice indeed. And the texturing, you know, you got some it's not the same texturing, but you have some texturing on the front here, obviously, up under the on the trigger guard here. But yeah, very nice. I do like that a lot. Very nice indeed. Okay, so moving up, we have the mag release here. It's a nice large round button. It has some nice texturing on it, as you can see. I did run into one thing I didn't really like is when I'm pushing it, let me see if I can show you this. It has this raised kind of protective part right here, and I get why they did it, you know, to stop accidentally knocking, maybe taking out the holster or something like that. But I've noticed sometimes when I put my thumb on it, you know, like I end up pushing on this ridge right here, and on the button at the same time, so it can still eject that way, but it does interfere for me a little bit. So that's just a small con for me. Not huge, not a deal breaker by any means, but I did notice that I was pushing down on that and not fully on the release button. So moving along here, we obviously have the trigger guard. As you can see, it is slightly undercut right here, so you can get your fingers under there. I have medium-sized hands. This is the compact size, and it fits very comfortably in my hand. The trigger we'll go over in a little more detail in just a second. We'll do the trigger pull and things like that. But you can see here, we do have the safety blade in the center because there is no external safety up here. So your safety is right there. If you push on either side of that safety blade in the middle, the trigger will not go back, and then pull that trigger blade in the center, and obviously it will go bang. Okay, so moving up, we have this really long slide release right here. Doesn't interfere with anything I do. It works just fine, as you can see. But that is your slide lock and release. Let's go on the other side. And it is ambi, as you can see here. So we do have it on this side also. Obviously, this gun is made in Germany. You can see the marks for DE. It's actually in a couple of places on the gun. I can't remember where else, but yeah, there's a few places where it's marked with the DE. So, so yeah, moving along here, this is obviously an all polymer frame, and it is striker fired. And then you have this nice little rail over here, your pick rail, so you can fit any of your normal lights on here. So this is my Surefire Vampire. So that would fit on there just fine, or whatever else you have. So very nice also. Okay, so moving up to the slide, one of the things you're going to notice is it has some very, very aggressive cutouts right here, which actually make it very, very easy to grab and manipulate that slide. You can see here we do have obviously a cutout right here with this plate on top. This is for obviously it's an optics ready slide, and the tools that came with it are for your screws in here, and it's cut really deep into the slide. So this, as you can see here, we do have an optics cutout on the top already done. Love that they do this nowadays. Even if you don't want to put an optic on it right now, maybe you do in the future, but you know, it costs money to mill slides. It's not cheap. So this is already done. It doesn't look out of place the way it's done. I think you can have it with or without your optic on there. So I think they did a really good job having there. Now, obviously, when you have an RMR or something up here, it can be a little more difficult to manipulate the gun at the back. So sometimes, you know, you want to have these nice thick, you want to have these nice deep engravings here so you can get a really nice purchase on that slide. Okay, so moving to the sights, they're kind of your basic 3-dot white sights. You know, nothing to write home about. They do work, but you can switch these out, because the really nice thing is these will accept Glock sights, which gives you a massive aftermarket accessories out there for those sights. Yeah, Glock, I mean, as you know, Glock sights or aftermarket sights are everywhere. But yep, they do work just fine. Again, just depends on what you want. So again, and then we have some little kind of cutouts here. This is to make it a little less, let's make it more snag resistant, put in and out of the holster. That's what they are for right there. So yeah. All right, let's go over the trigger in just a little bit more detail. So obviously we're going to check that we are empty, which we are. Okay, so let me just show you this way. So let's show you the take up and things like that, the reset, and then we'll do with the weight of the trigger. So got to put that safety in, and right there's what we already talked about. So you got a little bit of take up. And there is a pretty distinctive wall. This is not like a roll through trigger. You can, when you pull this in, yeah, it's got some take up, but you can feel the wall. And then you have a pretty dang decent break. Not bad at all. And then you've got the reset. So a little bit, you can see him letting it out. The reset's kind of weak for me. I'd like it to feel a little more positive. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be obviously audible, but I definitely like to feel my reset. Again, is it a big deal? No, but it's something that I personally do like. So the reset could be a little more forceful on that for me. But the trigger overall is, for a striker fired, is very, very, very nice. So yeah. Actually, so we're not going to use the wheeler trigger scale because of the safety blade in the center there. It's not catching on here to depress it, so I can actually try it out. So we're going to use this other wheeler trigger scale, which is my manual one. So yep, let's see what we get. Oops. Came out at 5.5 pounds, and that actually seems pretty bang on. The trigger, let's try it one more time just in case. Bang on, 5.5 pounds again. So yeah, very nice trigger right out of the box. One of the definitely the better striker fired triggers I have tried. All right, let's take this gun down and we'll go over the internals real fast. You're gonna notice here we have a little tab on this side and a tab on that side. It kind of works the same as a Glock. Just twist and rotate your hand up, pull these back, finger on either side of those tabs, pull down, and just push that slide forward like so. So this is your lower right here. And then here is the slide, guide rod. This is the compact version, as I said, so this is actually a 4-inch barrel. I believe the full size is about 5 or 5.5 inch. Here's the internals right here. Everything is immaculate. Really good job on the finishing, as you would expect. Put this back together. So with the compact and the full size and so on, you can actually switch the slides and the lowers between the guns. They will work. They will work either way, so you can change. So this is the compact size, and it says compact right here, right there. And if you get the full size, it will say full size, but you can switch between. So you can switch this slide onto a full size slide and vice versa. The only real difference is going to be the actual lower. So there is some small differences on the slide, obviously, but the big thing is the lower. So this accepts 15 rounds, whereas a full size, I believe, takes 18 rounds, so the grip's a little longer and so on. But yeah, so yeah, the gun feels amazing in hand. Super, super nice. I really like how this grips, how it really does feel amazing in hand to me. Shooting it was phenomenal. I found it to be very accurate. If I took my time and for shot placement, just took an extra half second to a second, it was bullseye every time. So reliability, I've gone through a couple hundred rounds. I know it's not a ton, but first impressions, it shoots very, very nice. Handles great. I absolutely love the grip. The trigger's super nice right out of the box. I said the reset's a little weak. You know, it needs to be a little more positive, but the actual break is very nice. But the reset is short, as you can see here. But it just needs to feel a little more positive for me. The only kind of, I wouldn't even say it's a negative, but maybe a little nitpicky, I told you, is this lip right here with that mag release. I do feel like I'm pushing down on that instead of actually the full button. So there's, you know, a millimeter or two of difference here, but will make all the difference. But overall, very, very impressed with this Walther PDP. I am a big fan. I like this pistol a lot. So a little size comparison. So we'll put this here and we'll use my Glock 19. So this is a We the People holster that I've been trying out, their guys' holsters. They've been really nice, super high quality. I got this one kind of that wrapped almost kind of look because I thought it would look kind of cool. But they do have a huge variety of holsters. Check them out. Link in the description with a promo code for some money off. Let me put that to the side. So this is my Glock 19 Gen 5. And obviously we have the PDP here. So let's try and give you a little size comparison here. The PDP is a little longer and it is a little thicker. And the slide, you can see, is definitely a little thicker. And I wonder if they had to kind of widen the slide out to make those grooves so deep. Kind of curious, maybe that's why they did that. But you can see there that, and it is a little longer when I do back to back. You can see here, let's have a look. Make sure that's even. You can see the PDP is definitely a little longer also. So yeah, so it's just a bit of a size comparison. Even though the dimensions are slightly bigger, this definitely does feel like a much bigger gun compared to the Glock 19. So there you are. All right, let's move on. Price-wise for these depends where you see them. I've seen them as low as like $575, all the way up to about $650. So it just depends on where you can find them in stock. They're not. I found them to be out of stock in a lot of places. They're not super available right now. But yeah, very, very impressed. Highly recommend. I do not think you would be disappointed with this pistol. One of the things to bear in mind with these mags, looks like Metgar makes them. The mags can be a little expensive. You're probably looking around 40 bucks per mag. So just bear that in mind if you want to buy one. But yeah, tons of features. I mean, optics ready, changeable back straps, amazing grip, awesome trigger, super nice slide. Yeah, there's a lot to love on this. So, all right, folks, that's it. Until next time, I'll catch you later.